Welcome to the Northern Lights. Today we're doing 269 predictions. Mark, what's the first fight?
First one that I'll talk about is the main event. Dustin Poyer and Charles Oliveira. What do you think is going to happen there? What do you think the outcome is?
I don't know. Because I always I feel like Charles Oliveira is kind of like an underdog, but he's the champ. You know, how can the champ be an underdog? You know, and like people, you know, he's sort of...
It's happened before. Stipe were the underdog against the
Yeah, that's true, yeah. But, you know, he's a tough bloke, and, you know, he knocked out Chandler. You know, he's got the highest set of submissions in the lightweight division, hasn't he?
That's exactly why I'm going for him myself. I think that he's going to get the submission over Dustin, and this is bold and this is a bit out there sort of thing to go for the exact finish, but I think he's going to do it with rear naked choke.
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
That's a good shout. I think I'm going to follow you there. I think Charles Oliveira is going to beat Dustin by submission, but I'm going to go armbar. I'm going to go armbar round 3.
All right. Now we've said this, watch Dustin knock him out first touch that he does to him. Okay, this is just our luck, mate. That always happens.
Well, it could easily happen. Like Dustin could just bang him, you know.
Definitely can happen. Always. Dustin's always got a chance. He knocked out, Gaethje, TKO'd him, and all that kind of stuff. Knocked out McGregor, obviously. You know, there's all these chances, definitely. What do you think about the co-main? The absolute beast, Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena.
Well, my money is going on Juliana Pena, but that's because I always bet against Nunes. I always bet against him because the odds are ridiculous. But I'll be shocked if Pena gets out of round 2. Literally, I think Nunes is going to annihilate. It's going to rip her to bits.
I'm with you on that as well. I don't just want to sit here and agree with you, but I always bet against Shevchenko and Nunes because I've lost so much money in doing so. But the time when it does pay out, I'll win all that back.
Yeah, definitely.
If it ever does happen. But you've got to go Amanda knockout. I think I know that she won by submission against Megan Anderson, but Christ, she was just like a little deer in the headlights, wasn't she, to be honest? But yeah,
I think
Nunes, it's got to be, hasn't it?
She's unbeatable at the moment. Yeah, definitely. Who's next?
The next one we've got, what we'll talk about is Sean O'Malley
versus Paever.
Yeah, Paever. Yeah.
So
Sean O'Malley versus Paever.
Well, I think Sean O'Malley's gonna knock him out. I think the UFC are just feeding Sean O'Malley people. You know, they're feeding him, building him up as much as possible. But I find it mad he's not even ranked yet. But he's not fighting ranked fighters, is he?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'd read something where it were just an article about him, and he said something. It wasn't disrespectful in the sense of calling people tomato cans, but he gets paid the same whether he fights these sort of people who want to beat Sean, or if he fights someone who's in the top 10 sort of thing. So he's like, I'm getting paid the same at the minute, and he's building up all this equity. But at the end of the day, obviously Chito Vera beat him, but he hasn't been not tested at all. Yeah. He just wants to run through him, doesn't he? He's getting to the point where he's like, he's just going to beat them all. But why isn't he? Is he creeping up the rankings one by one or something? Is that what's happening?
Oh, I think it feels like maybe Dana's really want to get him a really big name behind him, get him huge, and then get him to fight someone. Because he is a star. Like, maybe he's not going to be that McGregor level, but he is a big star. Like, everyone knows Sean O'Malley now. Yeah. He is huge. And to be fair, even when he fought Marlon Vera, like, even when he was on one leg, he was doing pretty well. And then he fell back. He sort of overextended a bit,
Yeah.
So he could have, I think if they fought again, he might win. But anyway, back to this fight. I think Paever, he got a lucky decision in his last fight. So I just don't think he's got anything for O'Malley. I think O'Malley's going to knock him out easy.
I honestly think O'Malley, when he starts actually jumping up the rankings and starts fighting, he's too long. He's got everything.
It's massive for the division. He's so tall.
Yeah, no. This is the thing. Like, you watch him in his last fight, whatever. He just keeps him at a distance. He can hit you from anywhere. It's just O'Malley all over, isn't it? He's just going to do it.
He's got that front to the body, keeps him away all day. Yeah, he's won this, definitely.
The next fight is Jeff Neal versus Ponzinibbio, if it happens.
Yeah, if it happens. Well, he got arrested for driving under the influence and having a weapon. I don't know what that means. Does that mean a gun, a knife? I don't know. Don't know what he had.
Not sure.
But the UFC are aware of the situation. That's what I read, and they're going to see. I think they've announced that he's still going to fight. So let's see what happens. I think it's difficult because they're quite balanced. You know, they're sort of got the same losses. Ponzinibbio's got a few more wins, though, a lot more wins, a lot more experience. He's a little bit older, but I think Ponzinibbio probably gets it done. I think he's probably going to get it done by decision. I don't think Jeff.
I'm going to go opposite to you there.
Oh, that's the first one.
First one. I think Jeff Neal. I think he finishes him.
Yeah.
Yep. I think he'll finish him. Probably knockout. I think. But I'm going to go against you with that. I think it'll maybe fuel him, and like you said, Ponzinibbio's a little bit older.
Yeah, only a few years older than him, I think.
Yeah, but you know, like it's one of them. If this makes sense to say, people like Ponzinibbio, where you've seen him before, and then if you've sort of stepped out of the game and then you come back in and you remember him, and you think that he's as good as what he once was.
Yeah,
it's like watching. I don't want to drag anyone through the mud, but you watch Cowboy Cerrone in the past 2 years, sort of thing. He's going to do it, and then shit happens.
And to be fair, you might be right because they both sort of stand and bang. They both fight in the pocket and just whack each other. So yeah, I'm not going to let you change my vote, but yeah, I was close to changing, and you nearly persuaded me. But yeah, I think
no, stick to your guns.
But I'm saying
yeah. What do you think about the heavyweights? You got my boy Tai Tui versus Augusto Sakai.
Well, I have to go with Tai, obviously. He's just because I want to see him do a shoey. That's the only reason, you know.
Tai is so to have in the heavyweight division, because the heavyweight division seems to be lacking a little bit, I think, anyway. Like, you get the top 3 or 4 maybe, and then after that, it just seems to be dying. But you've got Tai coming up, and you've got, people like Tom Aspinall and all that kind of thing. I don't know what I'll do if ever Tom Aspinall and Tai Tui has a fight, because I really like them both, and they're both sort of, coming through. But there's these little glimmers that make you interested to see, and I love watching Tai fight, because it's going to be a cracker anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be ace, no matter what happens. But like with his last fight, he got rocked, and then he just went bang, just knocked him out of nowhere. It was brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to go knockout for that, I think.
Tai, yeah, there's Augusto Sakai. He's a bit of a killer as well, I think, but Tai's just too strong, like with his punches as well. I think that's targets. Next is your boy. What about Dominic Cruz versus Pedro Munoz?
I think they're both a bit older, both very experienced. But I think Cruz is just, his ring awareness is just too good. I think it's just too good. I think he knows, he'll have analysed his opponent so much, everything about him. And I think Dominic's going to get it done not fourth round, because it's only 3 rounds, isn't it? 3rd round finish, I reckon.
Okay, yeah. Quite a late finish.
Yeah.
Well, I actually think Pedro by decision. I'll go with that.
Another opposite.
I'll go against you, boy. I'm not blasphemy to you, but I'll go against you. Yeah, so you got Kai Kara France and Cody Garbrand. This is one of the most exciting fights on the card for me. I really like Cody. I like Kai Kara France, but I really do like Cody. And this is him jumping down to featherweight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's flyweight, sorry. This is him jumping down to flyweight from bantam. Obviously, Rob Font beat him in the last one by decision. But you think he's so quick, he's Cody. But so's Kai Kara. It's going to be really good. This is one of them where you think, I can't see it going to decision.
No, I think Kai gets led a bit too much. Kai Kara France gets led just a bit too much. So I think he's going to get led into something, and Cody's going to catch him.
You think? All right, yeah, okay.
I think he's going to get a late knockout again, like Dominic. I think it's going to be a late knockout. He's going to lead him into something and knock him out. I think Kai Kara just gets led a bit too much. he sort of tries circling around, gets caught. So I think that's what's going to happen.
I'm gonna go Cody. I can't really predict which round or anything, but I think
the rounds I'm just making up that bullshit, you know.
Well, yeah. I think he's just gonna get it done at some point or another. But I'm not that sure. To be honest, I'm just excited to sit back and watch that. I'm not too interested in who wins or loses. I'd prefer Cody too, but I'm not too bothered.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't think I won't put a bet on that fight myself because anything can happen with them too.
Oh, I'm not going to do any more bets. I lose too many bets. I'm going to be careful.